Hordak and the evil horde are out to get He-Man and Skeletor.
Hordak, Hordak. Skeletor, Skeletor.
Hey Yesterland fans, I'm Neal and welcome back to another episode of The Toys That Made Sense. On today's episode, we're going over Mattel's Masterverse Revelations Hordak, Princess of Power. Remember these guys? They came out here several months ago, and they've been clearancing them out. Well, I was very fortunate. I picked this one up right after Christmas for $9.89. Now, apparently She-Ra was on sale as well, but apparently she got picked up real quick and she's evaded me. So I have not been able to pick up a She-Ra, but I was fortunate, got to pick up Hordak, and I'm pretty excited to dig into them and check them out. Guys, if you haven't, hit those targets, check those clearance aisles. I guarantee you're going to find them. There was mass production of these, and my store probably had 15 of these sitting on the shelf, just no She-Ra. So you know the drill. Grab your favorite beverage and snack, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, welcome back. Here we are in studio as normal, and I have here the Princess of Power Hordak by Masterverse. This is the 40th anniversary special for He-Man in general, so they've got that 40th anniversary sticker up there in the left-hand corner. Obviously, I've got the clearance sticker there. It was originally $32.99, and I got it for $9.89. Down here in the bottom, up front, we got Princess of Power, Hordak, the Mattel insignia down here, ages 6+, 30 points of articulation, and then on the top, we got the Masterverse and a little bit of a barcode. Flipping it around to the side, we get a, I wouldn't say it's a great graphic, but it's a decent little graphic there of Hordak shooting out his blaster. And then on the back, we've got Hordak in his chair, and we see Leech there off to the left. And then down here, we see She-Ra, He-Man, Zodak, Skeletor, and Katara that are coming down in the line. Obviously, that He-Man, in my opinion, is a horrendous version of He-Man. But Skeletor, obviously, Katara, Zodak, and She-Ra. Now, at the time of this video, Katara is already out. So yes, the majority of these are already out. And if you can find them, they're still out there. If not, secondary market, eBay and whatnot, or the Facebook community. Anyways, here it says right here, Hordak, ruthless leader of the evil horde. Banished from Eternia by his pupil, Skeletor, the vile Hordak rules the planet Eternia from the Fright Zone. With cruel technology and dark magic, the ruthless tyrant delights in the pain and misery of others, even those in his evil horde who are most loyal to him. So, there you have it. Picture of Leech there kind of faded out. Montana there in the back. And Hordak's given an electrifying electrocution through his fingers. We got the Mattel insignia down here next to the other characters that were released in this wave. And that's about it. Flipping it on the side. Hordak, ruthless leader of the evil horde. And we are underneath with the barcode, all the legal mumble jumble. And that's it. So, without further ado, let's get this guy out. All right, guys, here we go. We've got him out of package, and I gotta say, Hordak right out of the box stood up just fine. No issues. I know some people had kind of given him a bad kind of review. They didn't like his hat and his back here, if you will. I really didn't see any issues there with it. This screams Hordak to me all day long. I don't think it's out of the ordinary. There is no real articulation in the head. I mean, there's a little bit of side to side, and that's about it. I mean, and that's to be because of his hood and all that. One thing that I do want to mention inside the package, this wasn't like King Grayskull. It was not pinned in the case, so they just flapped it through the plastic bubble insert, which was a nice touch. It wasn't, they didn't use those little plastic, little, I don't know what they're called, little hook things that, that keep them on there. They're almost like a rubber band like, but that was a nice little touch. It was just a quick pull out and it was good to go. But like I said, he comes right out of the box standing straight up. No issues. So let's get into it. Let's check this guy out. Overall, looking at the paint schemes on this and looking at the detail, there's some kind of bad detail here. And that was one of the things that I noticed. And this is probably going to come from QC and all that. If you take a look at it, mine kind of has like a dirty back boot. Like most likely these calf part sections to the boot were probably painted silver, and then they were painted over black, or they just got sloppy with the gray silver. So mine does have some blemish, but nothing that a little bit of black paint or black marker probably couldn't hide. And realistically, you're not going to be seeing the back side of him. So if yours comes out that way, that's my suggestion to you. Other than that, his feet look pretty good. Going up the boot calf here, we see the Hordak bat symbol on the boots, which is a nice little touch there. Mine bent real nice and easy right out of the box. The articulation, he is pinless, got butterfly joints up here in the forearm and the bicep. But let's not move too far ahead of ourselves. Going up into the loincloth, we get the black little looking underwear under there. Mine does kind of bulge out a little bit, so I guess just kind of pressing that down, it'll kind of make itself back down to it. Flipping them around back, everything appears to look good. Flipping the cape up, we still got the little bat insignia here on the back, and we can see the nice detail of the bone outlay around the shoulders and around the rib cage and all that, and it does appear to come off. Now, for my purposes of my video, I'm not going to be pulling that off. There's really no need to. We get the gist of it. He's just going to have that same kind of molded chest as the rest of them, like Skeletor, maybe even He-Man a little bit. But moving up, we got nice lines here around the thigh for spinning out from side to side. They all match up nice and even. Going up around the loincloth, we get the silver belt. Now, this is what I refer to as the screen cartoon film accurate representation and accuracy of Hordak, what he would have looked like in the Filmation cartoon that we remember as kids. Not the Hordak that we got in the traditional 5.5 with the He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and She-Ra line and all that back in the Princess of Power line. So this is more cartoon accurate. Like I said, moving up the chest here, we got the red bat insignia. Everything looks pretty good there. I don't see any paint blemishes, so they got that. That was a nice touch. Moving over to the left arm, we got those rubberized cuffs. They do spin. He's got a closed fist and butterfly joint, as I mentioned earlier. And looks like, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there. It looks like that is the only one on the backside near the bicep that bends. Now, moving around the bicep here, we got his bands. Got a nice little touch of the Hordak symbol there. And then moving over to the right arm, we get the what I call like the electronic arm or the gun arm, if you will, his blaster arm. Got some nice detail there. Everything blends just nice. Does look like it's a little weak around the front, so I'm sure popping off some of these effects over time will cause that chrome looking silver to kind of wear off. But overall, he's got some decent detail in that arm. Again, moves at the, or bends at the butterfly. Goes out over T-post, rocks 360 degrees with the spin. Can bring him down close there to the side. There is no ab crunch. There is no abdomen, really. I'm forcing that and rocking that. And then moving up, obviously, to the head. Like I said, there's really no articulation. I know some folks weren't happy with this head sculpt. I really don't see anything wrong with it. It looks good to me. I understand who it is. It's Hordak. So don't really need to really kind of tell me who it is any further than that. And I don't think it's a bad design. Nothing really back on the cowl, the head, and all that. And then we get into the cape, the cloth goods. Kind of simple, nothing really going on there. It does have the jaggedness. Doesn't really need to be all that luxury, I guess. They could have probably put some wire in there for posability, but for purposes, I think this does Hordak just fine. So that's Hordak in a general breakdown and overview of how he looks and what he looks like. So now let's go ahead and get into this and let's kind of accessorize him, if you will. So we get this shield. It's a Hordak shield. It's got some detail on there. It's got Hordak's face and the wing, the bat wings and all that. And then moving around, it's, you know, his fist and all that, and his arm can go in there. It's kind of thin plastic. I guess if you dropped it and stepped on it, you could crack it, so you're going to want to be careful there. We get the blaster effect. It's got some nice weight to it. Obviously, that's going to pop on here to the gun, and we'll do that here in a minute. We get 2 extra hands here. We get a right hand and a left hand, kind of a pointing finger, but I'm going to say that's going to be more for the trigger on the bat bow, and then we have a closed fist there as well. Here we go. We got the secondary arm. If you don't want to have the blaster effect and you want to pose them a different way, and I'll pop that off for purposes here in a minute. Then we get the claw that he had, which is pretty nice and sturdy. There is no articulation or bending there, so it's just a gray little peg. And then moving into the cross bat bow, if you will. It doesn't pull back. It is fixed. It is adhered, but you get a nice little detail on the head of the bat / dragon with some nice red eyes. And then we get this bat, you know, looking bow part, if you will, the cord. Looks kind of like lava or something. I don't know. And then it just cuffs right there on his hand. So again, not very overly detailed, but you get the gist of it and what it's supposed to do. So without further ado, let's accessorize him. Let's get him built up here. So we're going to start with the gun and the blaster effect. You can put that on him like so. It just pops in like that. And that's the neat little effect there. You can have him shooting out and shooting at He-Man or Skeletor or whoever you want. So that's not a bad little deal there going on. Pretty cool. Nice little effect there. It's got that nice blast feature. You can also put on his bat shield there. It looks like it maybe can go on the left hand or right, depending on which hand you want to use. So you can put that on there like so. Bring that in. Well, mine just popped off with the arm. Pop the arm back on and bring it in. There you go, as protector, protecting himself from the enemy blasting at him, whoever it is coming at him. So that's, you can do that there as well. Now, let's pull that shield off for a second, and let's pull that blaster effect off for a second, and let's pull the secondary, or correction, let's put the claw hand on there. And there you go. You can put the claw hand on Hordak as well. Doesn't match up. It's kind of different two-tone, but for the purpose of it, you kind of get the gist of what it's supposed to be doing. Does not open or close. And, you know, you can run it down side by side, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. The effect of him going out and grabbing something. Moving on, you can pop this arm off, which is really easy. And then you pop in the secondary arm there. And you can have him in a punching, like a punching pose, if you will, if he's going to punch He-Man or whoever he's going after, trying to capture She-Ra. And then that's about it. That arm doesn't really bend down any further, it looks like. It's kind of just stuck there on the bicep, so it's kind of meant for maybe just posing outward. I don't know if I like that secondary arm. I'll probably go with the other arm there. You can change out the hands. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera again. I do notice the arms pop off real easily. And you can switch out and put his different hands on there with the cuffs there. And let's give him that one. There we go. And then let's put the crossbow on his arm. And there you go. Whoop, it popped off. And that's about it. That's about all he can do with that, holding that in there. And that's really all you're going to get out of him. So posability wise, he poses just nice, and I don't see there being a problem. So guys, if you like this video, as you always do, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you share this video amongst the toy community. And as always, I'll see you in Yesterland.